A delivery robot rolling through the streets of Los Angeles was never meant to solve a murder. But when a woman notices blood on its wheels and follows the trail it leaves behind, she's led to something no one was prepared for. And what starts as a simple case quickly reveals something far more dangerous. A secret so big that someone was willing to kill to keep it buried inside the walls of a building that should never have been built the way it was. But before we get there, let's go back to the beginning. The victim is Tyler Villanueva, a 24-year-old street artist known by his tag name, Defunk. He's found at the base of Encase, a striking but unfinished architectural landmark that's been turning heads across Los Angeles. The cause of death? Blunt force trauma to the head, likely from a cylindrical object, before he fell. He'd been dead for a few hours. Inside the building, Morgan immediately notices something off. It's unusually hot. Hot enough to explain why Tyler would choose to do his work at night instead of during the day. But what really stands out is the graffiti. Tyler had tagged over someone else's work. And in graffiti culture, that's about as disrespectful as it gets. That detail immediately points the investigation toward rival artists. The main suspect becomes a tagger known as Cyclops, whose work Tyler had painted over. Their rivalry was well known, making it look like a straightforward case of street tension turning deadly. There's just one problem. No one knows who Cyclops really is, until Morgan notices something small, but important. While reviewing evidence from the scene, she takes a closer look at the spray paint cans. They all appear to come from the same store, but some of them are dented. And not just any dents. Morgan explains that dented cans are often resold at a discount, but only if the dents are harmless. If the dent runs along the seam, the can becomes dangerous and should be returned to the supplier, not sold. Which means Cyclops didn't buy them. He intercepted them because he works there. And just like that, they find Cyclops, whose real name is Anton, and bring him in. But the entire case flips because Anton insists he and Tyler weren't enemies. Not anymore. In fact, they had recently made peace. And not just that, they had both been secretly hired by an anonymous client to tag the Encase building at the same time. Paid in cryptocurrency. No names, no trace. As for his alibi, Anton says he was at his girlfriend's place in Yorba Linda, 2 hours away, and even mentions he was stopped by Highway Patrol, something the detectives can verify. Welcome to Sandy's Timeline, your home for the best TV and movie recaps told the way a good story deserves to be told. If you're new here, subscribe and come join the family. We're building something special, and I would love for you to be part of it. Now let's get into it. So now the question changes. Who hired them? And why? With no clear answers, the detectives shift focus to the building itself. They learn Encase is owned by a Hong Kong consortium that ran out of money 3 years ago and has since disappeared from the picture. Morgan then turns her attention to the architect. A building like this complex, this unique, would have taken years to design. And seeing it vandalized would have meant something. That leads them to Gerald Lee. When they question him, he's visibly surprised to hear that someone paid artists to tag the building. But they also uncover something else. Encase was recently sold in a private deal after its value dropped significantly. And all that graffiti? It helped drive the price down. That trail leads to a developer named Brad Latmore. His motive is clear. He wanted the building cheap, and encouraging repeated vandalism was his way of making that happen. It's calculated, it's illegal, but it's not murder. So the team goes back to the scene, taking another look. And that's when they notice something new, a pile of items that wasn't there before. Underneath it, a lit propane torch, tanks, and nearby, gasoline stored in a latex glove, which doesn't make sense, because gasoline dissolves latex. Before they can react, everything explodes. Karadek takes the worst of it, suffering a head injury that sends him straight to the hospital. Later, the team connects the dots. The arsonist and the killer are likely the same person. The murder weapon? One of those propane tanks. The shape matches Tyler's head wound. Then Morgan notices something critical. One side of the building is significantly hotter than the other. That shouldn't happen. She realizes the building was constructed incorrectly. Its orientation was changed late in development, causing the wrong side to face direct sunlight. And when that side overheats, the earthquake shock absorbers built into the structure stop working, meaning any earthquake above a 5.0 could bring the entire building down. The fire wasn't random. It was set deliberately to damage that specific side of the building so it would need repairs. and the structural flaw would never be discovered. Someone was trying to cover up a deadly mistake, and that someone is Gerald, the architect. The truth finally comes into focus. Gerald made a catastrophic error during construction, one that made the entire building unsafe, and he had been quietly trying to fix it before anyone found out. But Tyler showed up at the wrong place, at the wrong time. He saw something he wasn't supposed to see, and Gerald killed him to protect his secret. An architect trying to bury a mistake that could have killed thousands. Gerald goes into hiding. When Morgan searches his office, she notices something. Bendable concrete, the same material used in NCASE and other advanced structures. Then she finds a clue. Articles about a bunker Gerald once built for a client. That's where he's been hiding. He didn't need to stock up much. Just a lantern and a sleeping bag. The bunker already had everything else. The team tracks him down and Gerald is arrested. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to like and subscribe to Sandy's Timeline for more stories like this. And if you want another twist-filled case, check out the video right here at the top. You're definitely going to love that one.